Before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. So if you remember, prominent UK rapper who's featured on major UK platforms such as Mixtape Madness and Link Up TV was brutally and callously murdered in Nottingham's High Street last year in October, and that rapper was Trapspot. And finally, his deranged killers have been sentenced for the murder. Now, Keany-Mabiala was only 20 years old when he was callously slain. Now, this was not a case of a rivalry or beef, or even a situation where idle words or threats were exchanged between the murderer and the victim. In fact, it was the complete opposite. Keany-Mabiala had no reason to look over his shoulder and wonder who would want to possibly kill him. Now, at the time of his death, the courts heard Keany-Mabiala, who went by the name Trapspot, was brutally murdered while he was on the phone to his bank, when, for some bizarre reason, 19-year-old Mazin Abdelmonim pulled out a sword and decided to attack him for no other reason than having spotted a quote-unquote local celebrity. Now, this attack was again brutal and vicious. 19-year-old Mazin stabbed his victim twice, in the upper chest and stomach, with what only can be described as a sword that was at least 8 inches, or 20 centimetres if you prefer. Now, this deranged killer stabbed the rapper in front of horrified shoppers before he made his escape with his mate that watched the whole attack unfold. Now, the victim was caught off guard, which means he had no idea what the hell was happening to him, and that makes it so much worse. He would have felt immense pain and confusion before his body went into shock. Now, CCTV footage showed the UK rapper Trapspot take a few steps back before he collapsed outside the entrance of Victoria Centre in Nottingham City. Before he died, he did ask witnesses to call an ambulance. So, after the killer stabbed Trapspot, he then fled the scene by ascending onto a tram and escaping police. However, the moron dropped his phone and police were able to track him down back to his flat in the city. Now, the entire murder took place in a breathtaking 34 seconds. That's how long it took place for a person to lose their life. 19-year-old Mazin denied murder despite the fact that the rapper was stabbed twice, once in the stomach and once in the upper right area of the chest. Now, this is a case that has no telltale signs for murder. There was no clues or indications that this was going to happen, there was no motive, there was nothing that linked 19-year-old Mazin and rapper Trapspot to each other, no acquaintances or anything. The only thing that was known is Mazin had listened to the rapper's music before, and this could have been a case of extreme jealousy. Unbelievably, a chance encounter ensured that 19-year-old Mazin and his mate, 18-year-old Davarnay Parris, both produced weapons. Now again, there was no issue with each other, but because the two culprits were some egotistical brats who maybe wanted to prove themselves against the person they wanted to cause trouble. Again, they admitted to seeing the rapper from his music videos on YouTube, but had never met Keany-Mabiala previously. The fatal blow tore right through his heart. He had no chance of surviving. On CCTV, it was shown that Mazin had lifted his top up to show he had a knife, and then, when Trapspot moved forward a step, Mazin took out the knife/sword before they both fell to the ground. Now, during the court proceedings, 19-year-old Mazin made it clear that it was never his intention to stab or seriously injure the rapper. Nonetheless, the rapper was stabbed twice. You cannot make this up. For the callous crimes of murder, 19-year-old Mazin Abdelmonim was sentenced to life in prison on June the 4th after being convicted of murder. This murder was so stupid. What does it say when a person can be stabbed and murdered for minding their own business? And as for 20-year-old Keany-Mabiala, he will always be remembered for one, being a UK rapper that put Nottingham on the map, and for being the rapper that was slaughtered in the middle of Nottingham city centre and died right where he was slain. All I can say is safe. Stay safe.